Hello and welcome back to the Humanipedia for a new video. This week the topic that is being covered is the liver. In this video we will be discussing the anatomy of the liver, the role and function of the liver, how to keep the liver healthy, and different types of liver diseases. The first topic is about where the liver is located and how it is structured, so let's get right on to it. As we can see in these pictures, the liver is located on the right upper part of the abdominal. It is also located on top of the stomach, right kidney, and both the intestines. It is, however, located beneath the diaphragm and the rib cage. The liver has two major blood sources that provide blood, the hepatic artery and the portal vein. The hepatic artery provides oxygenated blood, and the portal vein provides nutrient-rich blood. We will be talking more about the structure and different parts of the liver in the next slide. Now, let's move on to the structure of the liver. The liver is a triangular/cone-shaped organ that is darkish reddish brown and weighs about 3 pounds. This makes it the largest solid organ in the whole body. At any given moment, the liver contains about a pint of blood, which is basically 13% of the human body's blood supply. However, the portal vein and the hepatic artery are still major blood sources for the liver when it is needed. The liver has many parts to it, which we will go over now. First, let's discuss the peritoneum. The peritoneum is a membrane that covers the liver and creates an exterior. It's basically like the cell membrane to a cell. Next, we have the Gilson's capsule. This is a layer of connective tissue that is loose and surrounds the liver and its related arteries and ducts. The hepatic artery and portal vein, which we talked about in the previous slide, are the major blood sources to the liver. Now, let's talk about the falciform ligament. This is a layer of thin ligament that separates the two lobes of the liver and connects the whole organ to the abdominal wall. There are two lobes in the liver, the right lobe and the left lobe. These two lobes are connected to smaller lobes, which are called lobules. There are 8 segments of 1,000 lobules, which means that there are basically 8,000 lobules in total in the whole liver. These lobules connect to smaller ducts, which eventually connect to larger ducts, which eventually connect to the common hepatic duct. The common hepatic duct is a tube that carries bile from the liver to the gallbladder and duodenum. The duodenum is the first small part of the intestine. The bile is also carried through the common bile duct. We will be talking more about the bile and how it is created and where it is stored in the next slide. The second topic that we will be covering is the role of the liver and what functions this organ performs. First, the liver excretes bile. Bile is a greenish or yellowish alkaline fluid that helps carry waste products away from the liver. It also helps break down fats in the small intestine during digestion. This important fluid is contained in the gallbladder and transports through the human body through the common bile duct and the common hepatic duct. All the blood that comes from the stomach and the intestines has to always go to the liver. This makes sure that the liver is able to filter the blood and remove toxins, byproducts, and other harmful substances in the body. Another important role the liver has is converting glucose into glycogen for storage. This can later be remade into glucose for energy for the body. So basically, it's energy that is in storage until needed. The liver also produces cholesterol, albumin. Albumin is a protein that keeps fluids from leaking into other tissues. The albumin also carries hormones, vitamins, and enzymes throughout the whole body. The liver also produces special proteins that help carry fats and certain proteins for blood plasma. The liver also helps regulate blood levels of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. The liver makes sure that regulation of amino acids is healthy for protein production so that the amino acids and other building blocks are healthy and have a good balance. Liver also prevents blood clotting. Bile, which is created by the liver, absorbs vitamin K. Vitamin K is a major source for blood clotting, so in a way, the liver helps regulate blood clotting since the bile is produced by the liver. Next, we will be discussing how to keep our livers healthy. First, we have to always make sure to wash produce and steer clear of toxins and chemicals that come from different types of pesticides and fertilizers. Next, we should always prevent hepatitis A, B, and C. We will be talking more about these infections later in the video. Ways to prevent these infections is by getting vaccinated and practicing good hygiene, such as washing hands and taking regular showers. We also have to make sure to watch out for and clarify medications and herbs. Dr. Arkotani, a gastroenterologist, once mentioned that 20% of the United States is caused liver damage and injury is caused by supplements. We also have to exercise regularly and maintain a healthy diet. This can have a huge effect on liver health. We will be talking more about foods you should and shouldn't eat in the next slide. Let's talk about diet recommendations for a healthy liver. First, let's get into food you should eat to maintain a healthy liver. Oatmeal or any food with a high source of fiber helps you lose a few pounds and belly fat, which is a good way to prevent liver disease and fatty liver disease. Coffee protects your liver from the damage that is already caused by unhealthy foods, such as alcohol and saturated foods such as fast foods and different types of foods that are high saturated in fat. Almonds and nuts have a great source of vitamin E. This vitamin E prevents fatty liver disease, which is another type of liver disease that we'll get into later in the video. Other foods that are healthy for the liver are broccoli, other veggies, green tea, water, a lot of water, and different types of herbs and spices. Now, let's move on to foods that are harmful for the liver. Fatty foods, such as burgers and french fries, are saturated high in fat. They lead to inflammation and scarring. This can affect the liver and make a huge toll on it. Since one of the liver's functions is to convert sugar into fat, by overdoing it, this will lead to many diseases such as fatty liver diseases and other conditions. This is why too much added sugar should always be avoided. Alcohol is one of the most detrimental things to the liver. Drinking too much of this can lead to cirrhosis, which is another type of chronic disease. Other foods to avoid are packaged snack foods, red meat, and white bread. Now, on to our final topic, where we'll be discussing different types of liver diseases. Non-alcohol fatty liver disease occurs when there is too much fat in the liver of a person who drinks little to no alcohol. Currently, there is no cure or medication for this disease. However, treatment by medical professionals and other medical medicines can help reduce this infection. Now, let's move on to hepatitis A, B, and C. The hepatitis A infection is caused by the hepatitis A virus. This is transmitted through contaminated food, water, and direct contact with someone who is infected. There is a vaccine that is always recommended and can prevent infection. The hepatitis B infection is commonly spread through exposure to infected body fluids. This infection can also be prevented by a vaccine. The hepatitis C infection is caused by the spread of contaminated blood. For example, shared sterile tattoo equipment and unsanitized needles can be causes. This disease is treatable by medical professionals. Cirrhosis can be caused by many things, but one of the main causes is an excessive amount of alcohol. There is no current cure, but it can be reduced through treatment and changes in diet. But if it is too late in the too later stage, there may be a liver transplant needed. Alcohol hepatitis is caused by a long-term and excessive use of alcohol. It causes liver inflammation and scarring. There are treatments for this disease and can be cured with a change in diet and hygiene. The liver is an important part of our body's immune system. Any damage in the liver can cause a detrimental effect in our mental and physical health. We should always try to keep our liver healthy and avoid actions that can harm it. These are the links and articles that we used for our research in this topic. They will be linked in the description of this video. Thank you for watching this video. We hope it was informative and helpful. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, and turn on bell notifications, and stay tuned for our next video on Sunday about a healthy lifestyle. Thank you.